Today I'd like to talk into a comment that I received a couple of days ago from Stark of the North. I'm guessing that's a reference from Game of Thrones. Stark of the North says, "I think if you have lived at the bottom for a long time, you feel that you can fall really deep and still survive. My anxiety usually revolves about my fear to fall too deep and having no way back, or having to work extremely hard to regain the minimum necessary for a comfortable life." He says a little bit, or they say a little bit more there, but I'll just talk a little bit about that, because I got to a point where the only thing left that I had to lose was my life. And I would have been okay with that, because if I had lost my life, that would have ended all the pain and the misery, the self-loathing, the self-hatred, all the failures that I'd had. But as circumstance would have it, I was sitting on a park bench and I realised a few things. Firstly, that, I didn't want to die. If I wasn't going to die, I had to change who I was. Because if I remained the way I was, I would still be doing the same things. I had to change what was going on. The way to do that, it is very complex, and it took me quite a while to work out exactly how to do that. But it started with two very simple things. Firstly, was to understand that the only thing that I really had of value was my word as a person, my word as a human being. And I'd broken too many promises over the years to myself. I never followed through on things that I said I would follow through on. So I made a decision that I would never again say that I would do something unless I really intended to finish it. But I started with small things, like just getting through the day without being too hard on myself, getting through the day without a cigarette or a drink of alcohol, and then just appreciating myself for getting through the day without doing that. The other thing I realised that was important to me was my name. And that's become very important to me. My name is Gregory. When I was in the orphanages and the boys' institutions, nobody called me Gregory. I had a number in some of the boys' homes, and I was called Smith. In the orphanage, I was just called Greg. I wanted to step away from those memories. I didn't want to get rid of those memories. They're actually very important to me today. But I wanted to change who I was. So I became Gregory. Gregory is my name. People that know me will call me Gregory. People that don't know me inevitably call me Greg. So there's two things I had. I knew that I was going to be called Gregory. And I also knew that the only thing of value that I had was my word to myself. So For the next few weeks, I would wake up in the morning wherever I was, and I would say to myself, today I'm going to get through the day without a drink, without a drug, without a cigarette. And I'd make that commitment to myself. Then I would go about my business. And sometimes my business was very simple. Sometimes I had no business. And the business was to just sit in the sand dunes and watch the waves come in. But the thing is, I had nothing to lose and everything to gain. It's still a little bit like that today. You know, what I've realised is over time is every day that I get through and I haven't caused more problems for myself is a day that I become stronger and my resolve becomes stronger. There's a difference between having something that's simple and having something that's easy. Simple is not always easy. And my thinking was quite simple at the time. Just get through today. It wasn't always easy. Sometimes I'd feel like a drink or a drug, you know, a toke on a joint or something. And I had to fight that. But I kept coming back and I kept reminding myself that I don't do that anymore. That's not who I am. Today I'm Gregory. Today I do the best I can. Today I respect my word to myself enough not to break my word to myself. That's worked for me now for quite a long time. It's about 21 years since I've had a drink or a smoke or anything, you know, apart from a Red Bull. And today I'm a lot more confident in who I am. And there were lots and lots of moments in those first couple of years where I could have just easily turned around and walked the other way, but I didn't. I didn't because I made that commitment to myself.